The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 Command Headquarters, Ahmed Alisuya, during a press briefing on Tuesday, 21st January, said 4 members of the criminal enterprise had been traced down and arrested, but not after they had committed several heinous crimes. Ahmed further disclosed unwanted exhibits was found in their possession at various locations, which include 3 AK-47 rifles, pump-action gun, phones, vehicles, among others. Ahmed also requested that members of the public should be more vigilant on the use of the social media and not to put any interest in glittering quick money business, as it often leads to becoming victim prey of men of the underworld.
The tactical commander of the Ikorodu office of the Zonal Intervention Squad of the Operation Pop Adder, SP Uba Adams, and directed him to go after the victim abductors, ensure their arrest, as well as to rescue the victim alive. Alas, even before investigation commenced, the victim had been killed. It was the same day, December 1st, he was declared missing, that they killed him in the most horrifying and cruel manner. He was strangled and injected with poisonous and lethal substance in a hotel room in Aja area of Lagos State. Bob Daniel Ibieji, the principal mastermind, who claimed to be a medical doctor with the following qualification certificate: MBBS, Fellow of Royal College of Surgery, and member of Royal College of Surgeon, all in Edinburgh in United Kingdom, as well as an MBA in Zurich, is the kingpin of the syndicate, and he's here standing. Investigation revealed that he had been living on ill-gotten money through this means for some time now. 2 incidents that have been established against him were that of a civil commissioner in Bayelsa State, where one Honorable Depologa was murdered and his remains was found along Abuja Expressway. This happened a week after his encounter with the victim at Ibeto Hotel in Abuja, which during their discussion offered to give him the sum of 220 million naira for a block of flats situated at Durumi in Abuja, and the victim's wife had to flee Nigeria, vowing never to turn back. The second victim was one Jude Efulwe, a property developer in Abuja, who swam into Bob's net and held him captive in an apartment and forced him to sign a prepared document transferring the ownership of the victim's property. He also discovered that the victim had 9 million in his account. His plan was to kill Jude after sweeping his account. But with the help of neighbors who called the police, Bob and his boys were apprehended and charged to court accordingly. It was in Kuje prison, where Cletus was also serving a jail term. This is boss, and that is Cletus, that he, Bob, met and had to reunite on leaving the prison to execute this present Destard Act. It was Bob who canvassed the late Ignatius with a business idea to the tune of 900 million, following which they fixed an appointment at Attica Beach Resort, Aja, Lagos, having deployed the 3 other suspects on red alert, that is Arinze and the other person on this side. After cajoling Ignatius, that is the victim you are seeing his remains here, to signing their agreed documents, he lured him into his hotel room, where his boy gave him a helping hand. As a pre-arranged scenario, Bob had armed himself with a lethal injection he purchased that Sunday afternoon after having confirmed that the victim was on his way to the beating. In the hotel room, Bob instructed one of his boys to fetch him a bag he came with, pretending as if it was the money to be handed over to the victim. Investigation revealed that as the victim was about to open the bag, that is the remains of the victim lying down here, to ascertain what was inside the bag, Bob grabbed him from behind while one of the boys hit the victim with an axe on the back head. There and then, he dragged him to the toilet, strangled him, and with the assistance of his cohorts who held the victim down, Bob injected him twice with a lethal injection. Convinced that the deed had been done, Bob gave directive to his boys to evacuate the corpse and be thrown away. As directed, the boys did their master's bidding. Searched for a very big carton, dropped the content in a waiting vehicle, parked at the exit at the backyard of the hotel, leading from the hotel's laundry. The three errand boys took away Ignatius' lifeless body and threw in the canal, this area. That is what brought us to this place. Meanwhile, our operatives have recovered the corpse from the canal in Ogumbo Forest. The SUV off Aja Road also recovered was the victim's 4Runner SUV that was tracked to Atikan Resort Beach, as well as his documents found in possession of Bob in Abuja, because the principal suspect was traced and tracked and arrested in Abuja. The late Ignatius Adunikwe never had a premonition of the lurking danger ahead of him. He drove himself to the point of death. The four suspects had confessed to committing the crime. Asked what prompted him, that is the principal suspect, to be heartless, Bob, a native of Ogu in Enugu State, said it was lost for money. Two of his cases are currently undergoing trial at Apo High Court in Abuja. It suffices to say, therefore, to appeal to all and sundry to be cautious of what they post out about themselves, avoid being enticed with quick money-making businesses and how you make friends on social media. There are a lot of wolves in human skin all over the social media space looking for praise. Do not give yourselves out. To those of you criminal elements, not that this suspect never anticipated being caught. Here they are today. I'm sounding a clear warning to other criminals out there in Zone 2 Police Command, comprising Lagos and Ogun State, that they have no space. Hoodlums have no space to incubate and hibernate as far as Lagos and Ogun State Command is concerned. The atmosphere will never be conducive for them. This is achievable as policing is everybody's business. Gentlemen of the press, I sincerely share in pains and anguish of the victim's family and pray that God consoles them. Amen. While also praying for the repose of the victim's souls. As for those behind this wicked act and their accomplices, they will be charged to court to face the full wrath of the law.